And last but not least, Jim McFall.
So that whole thing of best for last, that's definitely a myth. Looking forward to the school year, right? August 8th is today, right? Yesterday was August 7th. August 7th is National Sea Serpent Day. I'm sure you all knew that. Any cat lovers in here? International Cat Lovers Day, today. How about that? It's also National Pickleball Day. I just started playing that this summer. It's awesome. So, and tomorrow, amazingly, August 9th, is National Book Lovers Day. So what a day to start. You know, I don't really read much or books, you know. I just like test blood and stuff in my classes. So anyway, why am I bringing this up? What does that have to do with anything? Well, because we're starting a new year, and I'm going to make a declaration by the authority of absolutely no one that today is the day of you. And this year is the year of you. Teaching is a job that takes a lot out of you, right? We give and we give and we give. And it's tomorrow's August 9th, the first day. We're excited to get to know the new students and get to do all the things we love with them. But what about Wednesday, January 24th? And I looked it up, that is a Wednesday. When you're wanting a snow day and it doesn't happen and you got to come in here, right? You thought the forecast was wrong and, oh man, I've got to come in and do this. You had your e-learning plans typed up, but you're showing up anyway, right? Where's that energy going to come from? You have to make yourself a priority. If you've been on an airplane, if you're flown with a child, the oxygen mask drops down. They say put your mask on before you help your child, right? You cannot help the kids in your class if you don't help yourself. So put yourself first, all right? This year, find ways to schedule into your day or into your week times that, things that rejuvenate you. Reading, exercise, meditation, pickleball, whatever it may be, right? Find something that rejuvenates you and makes you feel recharged so that you can continue to pour into those kids. Why is that important? Relationships, right? I've heard relationships from a lot of these great talks already today, right? Relationships are what's super important. And those relationships are really what kids need here, right? That's what they're going to thrive on. And let's tell a little story. Back in 2019, 2020, it was a pretty uneventful year, right? But I want to go back before the world went into pandemic mode, right? I somehow was like in this state running for this Teacher of the Year thing. And at the same time, I'm also finding out about a genetic condition where I have to have an open heart surgery. So 2 different things happening at once, which are pretty stressful, good stress, bad stress, right? I even put the surgery off because it wasn't like super emergent, so that it could be the Monday after the Friday of the state banquet. So I asked the surgeon, it might be good, if we just push this down to like November 18th, because it was on November 15th. So Friday I'm there, Monday morning, I'm on the operating room table. Everything worked out great, right? But the value of the relationships that I learned with my students came with the emails, the videos, the comments that they gave me during that time that showed how valuable I was to them, and I got it back in return, right? So what you pour into your kids, you're going to get back. And the other thing is, when it comes to taking care of yourself, right? What is the one thing that's for sure about the school year? Nothing's for sure, right? The only thing that's for sure is that nothing is for sure, right? What have we gone through? Let's think about the 20 years, which I can't believe it's been 20 years. 20 years ago, I was sitting here. We had NCLB, right? Remember that? No child. We had PL 221. We called it PL 220 Fun back in the day, right? We've had all those things. We've had iPods. We've had Nearpod. We've had iPads. We've had AirPods, right? all these things that we've gone through, these distractions from kids that we've had to evolve and learn as teachers to deal with, right? And I don't just say teachers, I'm talking about everyone here, right? We are adaptable, but the one thing that remains is teacher and student, right? Teacher-student relationships, faculty and student relationships. Those relationships that you put together with your students are the things that, like Kelly talked about, cause them to email you later down the road and tell you, and it could just be one comment, right? It could just be one little comment that makes that kid's life take a completely different direction. 20 years I've been here, right? I have 3 kids in this district. Some of you are lucky, I guess, to have my children this year. I'm sorry. Thank you. But I have 12 more years. I have a first grader, third grader, and seventh grader. I have 12 more years of having a kid in the district. And I would love nothing more than to see 12 years from now as many of you as possible here. I'd love to see Brown County be the place where we are pulling teachers, where we are pulling people that want to work here, that this is the best place to teach, right? Because it is. It really is. The relationships here, the impact you can have here is unlike anywhere else. All right? So have a great year, but just remember this. Take time for you so you can pour into those kids and build the best relationships you can. Have a great year.